Hey everybody, it's Danielle Damianov, and I want to talk a little bit about appraisals and what to do when an appraisal comes in low. So we are starting to see low appraisals recently, and the main reason is because our properties in our market are appreciating. However, the closed sales are not keeping up with the appreciation of the properties. So when an appraiser goes out to appraise the home, there may be some pending sales that have not currently sold yet that are in line with what other properties are selling. The problem is an appraiser cannot use a pending sale when he's appraising a home. He can only use a sold property as a comparable sale. So if there's not enough comparable sales to support the value of the property, the appraisal may come in lower than what the sales price is. So what do you do if an appraisal comes in low? The very first thing I do is I get with the real estate agent, I send them the appraisal and I'll say, take a look at this. Let me know if there's any comparable properties that you feel the appraiser should have used that did not use. And if there are some comparable sales, we can add them on a form that's called a reconsideration of value and send that to the appraisal and ask them to review them. I have had instances in the past where the appraiser has reviewed the comparable sales and agreed with the realtor and said, yes, you're right, I will add them to the appraisal, and then the value does change. If the value doesn't change, then you have a couple of options. Number one, if you have the money to bring the difference between the sales price and the appraisal, you can pay the additional money out of pocket at closing. One thing to keep in mind though is the loan to value on that loan is always based on appraised value or purchase price, whichever is lower. So your loan to value is now going to be based off of the appraised value if it's lower than the purchase price. But you do have the option to bring the additional funds to closing. Another thing you can do is negotiate. So you can go back to the seller and say, look, it didn't come in where we thought it came in. And so we need to renegotiate that purchase price. In this market, a lot of sellers are not going that route, but that is always an option. So the very first thing is to see if there's any comps that were used that were not used that should have been used, or if there was an error on the appraisal. The second thing to do is to either decide if you want to bring the difference, which is completely fine, to the table, or the third thing, renegotiate with the seller. The last and final thing that will not be fun would be to back out of the contract if you do not have the funds for closing and can no longer get the loan. So those are the different things that will happen when an appraisal comes in low. We always have options. I will go through all of the options with you to determine what the best option would be, and then also get with your real estate agent as well. But just so you know, appraisals are coming in low. It does not necessarily mean that the property is not worth that or is not going to be worth that in a month or so. Unfortunately, sales are not keeping up with, or the sales are happening so quickly that the property values are appreciating and the sales are not keeping up as quick, and that's what's happening right now. If you have any mortgage questions or want me to review your loan if you're in a situation, I do a lot of loan rescues. Feel free to give me a call. My contact info is in the video. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day. Bye.